This is a Thenogesic massage therapist, cranial psychotherapist, and lymphatic drainage therapist. For this video, I'm going to show you how to lower the forearm, which is an area on the body that we all probably need to work on, because it's the muscles that are worked a lot with the computer. When we're sitting here typing, we're working these forearm muscles. Oftentimes they get tight, they carry a lot of knots in them. And this is something that you can also do yourself, to do it by just crossing your arms and working up these muscles in this direction on either arm, which will help. But I'm going to show you how to do it on somebody else, and you can pick it up for how you want to modify it to make it something you can take care of your own arms with. So we're going to put a little lotion on here. This is actually more of a harder oil than a lotion. It's got coconut oil in it and a few other nice oils. So here you just want to get the everything nice and covered with the oil, and then get down into the wrist. Hope we can see that. The hand, the wrist, and at the wrist you can give a little traction and a little movement of the wrist just to feel how it's doing, to see if there's any restrictions in there. Moving it around. Then you take your thumb and start over here at the outer side of the arm when it's lying flat, and just draw the thumb up. Now here there's a bit of pressure, but not too much pressure. You're going to feel possibly some knots, some rough stuff. It should be feeling very, very smooth. If it's not smooth, then you've got either lactic acid or some kind of other thing going on in there due to overwork. And you just keep going up. It's like a stripping of the muscle. And where you feel the toughest, roughest muscles is where you want to keep going back to. Just gliding it up. Now this is kind of hard to do. Some of this is a little hard to do to yourself, but you can modify it. A lot of the tension is always going to be found a little closer into the elbow. Working that, those muscles will turn the arm here. And just keep going up. Now already I can tell a difference. There's still a little bit of knotting, but it's not as hard as it was to begin with. She's got a bit of tension right through here. And again, this is not with a lot of hard pressure. It's more of that donkey way of doing it, where you're pressing against the tissues just enough to have them push back, and then wait for them to soften, and they'll take you in deeper. So it's the same sort of technique. And you can always keep checking range of motion on. There's two bones down here that flip over each other, the radial and the ulna. And of course you can go up into the shoulder and neck for that too, but this is a nice one. This will help to keep the muscles pliable. Oftentimes will help some of the carpal tunnel symptoms, to keep these muscles nice and stripped of toxins and lactic acid and knots. Okay, and arm 2, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to also show you on this one how to go up into the shoulder, since it's a little easier to see. Okay, and down in the hand, because it's this side, I'm going to go a little bit more into the work a little more by showing you the hand, pulling the fingers and giving them a little traction, letting them line with the wrist and all those bones. And some space between them. And the wrist. Take the wrist in a different range of motion. And sometimes you can hook the finger under here where the wrist bends, right on these areas right here. Getting a grip and then just kind of pulling, but you pull gently, you don't pull rough. Getting a stretch down this inner side of the arm. And then it can come back, the fingers can come in this back side of the wrist and move it like that, and then begin going up the muscle to check for knots. Now, this being her left arm, she doesn't use this arm in the same way as the other one, and this doesn't have nearly as many knots in it as the right arm did. So clearly she does more stuff with her right hand that requires more demand on the muscle. Okay, and then to just continue that up, use the thumb iron type of getting into the muscle. This is not necessarily for anything but to get blood flowing through, checking for knots. And then to just show you, because I know the shoulders up in here get pretty tight with computer work. So this is the face-up way of getting along that scapula. And you saw some of the scapula work in the last series. So this is getting under that scapula and also pulling it and moving that shoulder in some different range of motion. And then getting into the trapezius here, because all of that lends to computer work, just work that we do sitting down, standing, back through, down and up, and there we go. So you can do this part to yourself, the lower part of your arm. Just work it up in this direction until the knots are there, and then rotate your wrists however you can rotate them, just giving some good range of motion in them. Okay, there we go.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psyche Truth channel.